Today, I'm going to show you how to test a 4-wire O2 sensor using a multimeter. This is an important sensor in your vehicle's emission system that measures oxygen levels in the exhaust. A malfunctioning O2 sensor can cause poor engine performance and fuel economy, so it's good to test it. The O2 sensor, also called the oxygen sensor or lambda sensor, sends data to the engine computer about the oxygen content in the exhaust stream. The computer uses this to adjust the air-to-fuel ratio for optimal combustion. A bad sensor can cause your check engine light to turn on and create issues like poor acceleration, reduced gas mileage, rough idling, and failed emissions tests. Replacing a faulty one is usually pretty straightforward if you know how to diagnose it. O2 sensors have a heater circuit and a signal circuit. The heater circuit has 2 wires that heat the sensor so it can operate. The signal circuit has 2 wires that transmit the voltage signal based on exhaust oxygen levels. We'll be testing both circuits with a multimeter. You'll want to set it to ohms to test the heater circuit and volts for the signal circuit. I'll also show you the expected readings for a good versus bad sensor. Let's start with testing the heater circuit. Switch your multimeter to ohms and locate the sensor's heater power and ground wires. They're often colored black and white. Back probe each wire with your test leads. Attach the red lead to the heater power wire and touch the black lead to the ground wire. The multimeter should read between 10 to 20 ohms if the heater circuit is working correctly. If you get a 0 reading or a very high reading, that indicates a bad heater circuit with damaged wiring or a failed heating element. The sensor would need to be replaced in that case. Next, we'll check the signal circuit, which reports the oxygen levels. For this, switch your multimeter to volts mode. Locate the sensor's signal and ground wires, often colored gray and black. That probe those wires like before, connecting the red lead to the signal and the black lead to the ground. Now start the engine and let it reach full operating temperature. Watch the multimeter. You should see the voltage fluctuating rapidly between 0.1 to 0.9 volts. This means the sensor is working correctly. A steady reading of less than 0.4 volts indicates a lean fuel mixture, while over 0.6 volts is a rich mixture. Both could mean a bad sensor, not accurately reporting data. You want to see that voltage fluctuating as the sensor constantly monitors the exhaust oxygen content. Lack of fluctuation likely indicates a bad O2 sensor that can't read oxygen levels properly. If your sensor fails either the heater circuit or signal circuit test, you probably have a defective O2 sensor that requires replacement. Consult your vehicle repair manual for the proper procedure to change it out. When installing a new O2 sensor, be extremely careful not to over-tighten it, or you could damage the sensor threads. Only tighten it to the specified torque using a torque wrench. Make sure to use an anti-seize compound on the sensor threads to prevent rust and help with future removal. Ensure the sensor's wiring harness connector clicks fully into place. Once replaced, the new O2 sensor will need a drive cycle for the computer to learn its parameters before it functions optimally. Testing the sensor wires this way with a multimeter before replacing it can save you money and frustration down the road. Let me give a quick recap of what we covered. Use a multimeter to test the heater circuit and signal circuit. The heater circuit should show 10 to 20 ohms resistance. Signal circuit voltage should fluctuate 0.1 to 0.9 volts. Factors like the sensor's age and condition, your meter calibration, testing conditions, and more can impact results. But this will give you a general idea that the O2 sensor needs replaced. I hope this video clearly explains how to test a 4-wire O2 sensor with a multimeter. Let me know if you have any other sensor testing topics you'd like me to cover. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more DIY and troubleshooting videos. Thanks for watching.